Finish watching this.
Beneficiaries of affirmative action, but he doesn't want to talk about the racism that caused affirmative action to have to be created in the first place. This whole thing, what you just showed from the New York Post, I think that was the New York Post you were showing us headlines from. That reminds me of an article from Huffington Post from 2014 called "When the Media Treats White Suspects and Killers Better Than Black Victims." And what this whole article does is it shows how when a white person goes and kills somebody or is a mass murderer, the media goes out of their way to show how it's so much out of their character. We're so surprised. He was a good engineer, things like this. But when it's an African American who is the victim of violence, they make it seem like they brought it on themselves. They go all back into their history, and they have a drug problem and things of this nature. So that's what they're showing. But this is, this is MAGA being exposed what they are. Okay? And this ain't Christianity. This is white Christian nationalism. Let's be very clear. You know this, Roland. This is white Christian nationalism. They have no sympathy for African Americans. They have no sympathy for immigrants, things of this nature. And then when I saw Governor Cox say he was hoping it was not one of us, he was hoping possibly it was somebody from another country. Now, I know he has been working, even before this, to bring down the tone of political rhetoric. And he's been working with the governor of Colorado. But some people made a mistake in that for saying, oh, you were hoping this was an immigrant who did this shooting? Because if it was, what would happen then? How would this explode? How would this explode? How would this be used if it was an immigrant who did this? I mean, Matt, that's what's so crazy. They literally are disappointed. I can't believe it was one of us. They are shocked. They are despondent that a Mormon, a MAGA Republican gun-loving Mormon would shoot Charlie Kirk. They're just like, we can't believe this. We can't, and I love that people talk about Charlie. Charlie would have told them about Jesus. Nancy Mace, he's Mormon. And he got shot at the largest university in Utah, which is run by Mormons.
Look, hate is the heuristic. And what's so interesting about this is what you highlighted in talking about Laura Loomer and Nick Fuentes and even Nancy Mace is this is political violence. Because what this is you have a person who assassinated him because he didn't think he was conservative enough. And that's what I think is one of the lost parts of this conversation is there's not a discussion of the fact that if you foment hate and you blame the other side for all the ills, I mean, not only do you have the historical backdrop of exactly what happened in Nazi Germany and other places around the world where somebody was scapegoated and then it turned into, mass genocide, right? Or mass casualties. But what you have here is you have people who are
Yep, that's basically the same thing happened in Nazi Germany. Man, me and this guy got a lot in common. We think alike. He has done his research just like me. The same thing happened in Nazi Germany. They framed some type of political violence, and that was, I believe, that was how Hitler got in a certain position that he got into by them framing this political violence that they did. And so this is the same thing. This is no different. Same thing. That's what I was saying, the correlation between Nazi Germany and right now here in America. Real talk.
On the same side, if you will, who are so enraged by hate and so invigorated by the hate that they're killing each other because they think the other person is not the embodiment of who they say they are. I mean, when you started with those
Man, I don't care.
tweets about Laura Loomer, it's exactly what she was saying about Charlie Kirk.
You a slave.
He wasn't truly who he said he was.
You a slave, Devin.
This particularly
we are slaves, if you didn't know.
Interesting to an extent. because they jumped immediately to it's the leftist, right? That's the bell we ring every time we want to galvanize this base and we want to foment people saying, hey, your country's being stolen from you, your whiteness affords you a greater life than what you have now, and that black guy down the street is the one who's stolen it from you, right?
You know what? What's so crazy? We could say y'all stole life from us. Y'all worried about a fucking job. We could say y'all stole your life from black people. Y'all literally stole your very being from us. You know, you wouldn't have a body to even have white skin without black people. So we could say y'all stole y'all whole makeup of what a human is from us. Y'all worried about a fucking job from us. We should be mad at y'all for stealing our makeup as a human being, and then all of a sudden want to act like y'all didn't come from us and making it like, oh, y'all some type of different type of human, when really y'all just us. Y'all lack this melanin. That's all. So yeah, y'all worried about a fucking job. This should be crazy.
So they're already kind of in that little cesspool. And what happens here when you have Charlie Kirk, who is being lionized despite saying some abhorrent things during the course of his time on Earth, what you have is people who are trying to out-conservative each other. That's exactly what happened here. And you're never going to see that angle of the conversation because it doesn't meet the narrative. The narrative is it's the left that's doing it. The narrative is it's, Nancy Mace talking about transgender people or these other things where there's no evidence whatsoever for that. Is because that's the tone they strike every time. It's always the other that is the the
Right.
group that is
Yeah.
to
And
whom
I
the
agree.
hill should be.
And that's why this party is becoming more radical and more radical, because no accountability. So these grapers or whatever they call, let me put that picture up. Grapers. Yeah, here they go right here. This is what the meme of what a graper is supposed to be. If y'all not familiar, bunch of weirdos. Here's the picture of the suspect, and he was apparently involved with graper activity. I thought they were saying like a code word for raper, and just didn't want to say the word. You know, they can't say that word. I don't even know why I'm saying it. They probably like, well, my channel not monetized yet, so I guess I can say what I want. Either way, graper. Never heard of it till today. But let's continue on with this Roland Martin.
The reason for the ills. So that's what I see here. This is political violence, but it's political violence on the same side of the aisle from people who are trying to out-conservative each other, and his life was taken because this young man didn't think
They trying to
he was conservative enough.
out-conservative each other. Man, I don't see how y'all can think that y'all are conservative, man. Like, y'all are so radical and hateful. Like, boy, the people that started this party wouldn't even recognize y'all at this point. Y'all are way more radical than any group of people ever been in this country. Way more radical.
It's the part of the conversation we're not hearing because it's not about the truth.
Yeah, now I haven't. Now I saw that. Now hold on. I saw that earlier. I have not seen that confirmed. I saw someone posting that. I saw that being bandied about. We have not seen that confirmed. So we do know that this Groyper community. Candace, I don't know if you've been looking up these folks. It can explain to the people, but these are. This is the Nick Fuentes group. This is the far. I mean, Charlie Kirk was already far right. These people were right of him. Fuentes, an acknowledged racist, an acknowledged anti-Semite. I mean, he is a violent racist, has a huge following. They felt Charlie Kirk was a fraud.
Is right in that when we're talking about conservatives, I like what Matt said. Conservatives trying to out conservative the next person because these what are they, girl fights? You said these are the ones who think that the whole white race.
We don't even know nothing about this shit. We all finding out about this shit today. Tabitha Speaks put me up on this dumb ass shit. So yeah, we all just now find out about this weird ass group of people, and I'm willing to bet it's something even worse than them out here. You know.
Placed for the worst of human mankind, and that they're the only group that should actually exist and lead the world. That's basically what they believe. So they're really kind of smashing the belief system and values of every other race on the planet besides white people. So if you think about anything within that spectrum, that's what they believe. So that really is, kind of out conservating the conservatives that are out there.
Wow, that's what the Grapers believe. Man, that's sickening. Because, like, in reality and perspective, there's only one race of people, and it's really all black people. Everybody come from Africa originally, so we agree on one thing, but it's just they got the wrong color because nobody came from white people, but everybody came from black people. So I agree with them only because everybody's black. So everybody that run the world is black. So everybody is everybody. That's how I see it. So yeah, it's already in effect. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, like there's no need for no violence. If everybody looked at it how I looked at it, there's no need for no violence. Actually, we should only be embracing each other because we are all one thing. We are all one. Like it's no difference, just different variations of each other, but we are all one. Yeah, let's watch a little bit more of this. Hey Devin, why don't you leave a like and comment on my video, man? More comments. I like that you commented, but leave a like too.
It reminds me of something, people really don't understand that when they get online, they bait people to do things. And you have people who get online for one reason, and I'm not necessarily talking about Charlie Kirk. It could be anybody that you played tonight. Get online to get the attention that they want. And you got other people on the other side try to out-attention you to get your attention. And this is the ultimate way that Tyler Robinson got attention. He said, you know what, I'm going offline. I'm going to do something in real time. And now he's getting the most attention.
I said that yesterday, man. I said all of this shit is for attention. People that young man probably views was so like weirded out with that Morman background. He didn't know what to do, with his life. Times are so different, and places like Utah are so much different than the rest of the world. He probably felt like the biggest outcast in the world. He didn't look to, he probably virgin. You know what I'm saying? He probably never had a woman. And I'm willing to bet that's at the core of why he acted out. You don't get no attention from women, you liable to be radicalized by your own people, So that's what I would willing to bet is at the core of why he acted out. He ain't getting none. He ain't getting none. When you don't get none, as a man, ain't no telling what you might do. You know what I mean? That's like drive you crazy for real. Like, and at 22, a lot of these young, these young people these days, they, men and women, I don't know what's going on, man. Like, the girls like girls, boys like boys, and man, don't nobody want to have no kids. I don't know. I know it's just different with this generation in general. So even if you in Utah, where you're supposed to have a Christian, Christian, but like that gentleman said earlier, This is white Christian national, or however you say it, white national Christian stuff. So this is not like following Christ. They got an ideology, a political agenda attached to their religion. So a lot of it is basically Nazi Germany. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Exactly what he wanted. He wanted all of us to be talking about him right now. He said, I'm
Right.
going to outdo all of you.
He
I'm
won't
going
get
to
no
turn over the
attention.
menu. You know, I was watching that Charlie Sheen documentary, and he was talking about how he went from women to men because he took crack. And yet he said he turned over the menu to men. He was like, anything else? That's how I feel about this young man. He was like, what can I do? Is there anything else I can do to out-conservative the conservatives that are out there?
What she say about Charlie Sheen?
I'm going to turn over the menu. You know, I was watching that Charlie Sheen documentary. He wanted all of us to be talking about him right now. He said, I'm going to outdo all of you. I'm going to turn over the menu. You know, I was watching that Charlie Sheen documentary, and he was talking about how he went from women to men because he took crack. And yet he said he turned over the menu to men. He was like, anything else? That's how I feel about this young man. He was like, what can I do? Is there anything else I can do to out-conservative the conservatives that are out there? And actually, he did it. And I wouldn't be surprised